Alright guys, figured I'd do something. It's been over 6 months. Just because I've been busy. Car stuff, well, not car stuff, work, animal stuff. Animals that take a shitload of money. It is what it is. I love those guys. And I'm more of an animal person than I am a car guy. Good figure. Alright, no stupid intro saying we're doing sheet metal work and that stupid thing. Anyways, some other stuff happened since the last video. Let's take a quick look. Car is kind of put back together-ish. I mean, the front end's not sitting on, but it is on 4 wheels, suspension's back underneath of it, and all that good stuff. What else that I've done differently is made a block-off panel in the back that's removable, just so my big ass can fit back in there to do wiring and that stuff. And then I modified the one, thing in the back there, the close-off panel, whatever you want to call it, plastics, to fit around the cage and wide tubs. I still have the other one to do. Maybe I'll video that. That was me figuring out what I needed to do and how I want to do it. It's not the greatest. I'm not really good with fiberglassing, but I can get the job done. And hey, keep sanding till you make it, till you get the look right. Other thing I've done is, well, I'll put some pictures in of the seats that were put in that fit in here. They're got off of Amazon for a couple $100. They're comfy. They fit me for the most part, and I'm pretty sure after quite a few hours of driving it, I'm sure my back will be screaming like it usually does. The other thing I did was where the pins go, the bar that kicks out to the door. It used to come in then out to clear the door panel. Kind of have that because the seats that I got have a bolster that go around that fit my shoulders, so I had to move that bar out and bring it down in like closer to the door. So the door panel's on. There's about 1/8 inch of room on either side, which is more than plenty. So yeah, it gave me another chance to do some little better TIG welding along here on the chromoly. I'm not a pro at it. I just keep going until I get it. So anyways, enough of that rambling. But oh yeah, enough of that rambling. Hopefully I did put some pictures in showing the seats because they're pretty cool. They're based off of 80s Volvo design with the blue and white plaid. But anyways, what I'm going to do today is I have the Anvil door sills, carbon door sills, and here's my door latch, door handle. So we get down here. Hey, I don't feel like putting the real Anvil door handles in yet. So anyways, let's get to it again. So I have these pretty little Anvil screws around here somewhere. Did I drop it already? Yeah, probably. They're titanium. They're 1/4 20. I thought they looked pretty. Oh, here we go. And don't mind the mess in here. But these are the carbon door sills. Well, I like carbon fiber. That's why we're going with them. Normally these just go bolt in with the flat Phillips head screws. I figured that would work, but I like doing stuff a little bit differently. So what I'm going to do is I got these guys, Aerospace World. They're called rib nuts because, well, they're driven, actually they're drawn in with a special tool that collapse them. And here in the real world, they're called nut certs. And whatever you want to call them, that's up to you. So we're going to use these guys with the Anvil hardware. Titanium hardware. Ooh. And it's Aerospace World. They're called highlights. So what we're going to do is fit this guy. And if anybody's replaced quarter panels or done any work to these cars or anything of the sort, one big thing that needs to be noted is the metal right here that comes down. It comes up pretty huge. Huge. Piece of metal here that needs to be ground down. I didn't grind it down far enough, so when this goes in, it kind of has, let me find the right spot, has a gap down in here. So I drew, let's see if you see it, a little bit silver mark with Sharpie. I'll grind that down real quick and see if I can get that fit. Give me a second, I'll get you guys up here and then we'll do that. All right, that was fairly simple. All the holes that are in the new rocker that was put in are 1/8 inch holes in them. There's 5, but we're only using 4. One up front, it's factory, 2 in the middle where in the rocker themselves, they lined up perfect. Hey, that's what happens when you took some time measuring and locating stuff. When we put the rockers in 3 years ago now. Yeah, I know. But then this one was, I just had to drill down. So yep, we got a good fit, we got some clearance. It split open a little bit, not a big deal. I'll probably just zap it with the MIG welder a few times before I put some paint on it. Well, actually it's not getting any more paint. When I go to seal the car, eventually there's going to be primer and sealer sprayed in there. Actually probably just sealer sprayed in there to keep the thickness down, or yeah, keep the mill thickness down inside the door jamb so it doesn't get too thick. And then yeah, so take that off and then we'll get splaying the rib nuts and how I'm going to do them. All right, so there's an extra hole here and an extra hole here. We're going to leave them be for the time being. I think the wiring clips go there if I remember right. Don't quote me on it, it's been a bit. But so the wire holes we're going to use, here's the one that was in the factory location, as you tell by the round cutout in the door pillar hinge brace. And then this hole here, and this one just added because, well, I forgot to actually put that in when I did the rocker over the quarter. Not a big deal, they can always drill through it. So anyways, let's explain these guys. So these guys here, they drill a hole through a certain size and they cinch down onto the metal itself. They stop from spinning for 2 ways. One, the knurls in there actually press into the metal and stop from spinning. That's one. And the other way is due to compression and friction. So they're neat. Makes it for a clean installation and it makes it for infinitely removable without screwing it up. And if you do screw up the threads in here, drill it out, put a new one in. These cars are pretty easy to get down to the rocker to vacuum them out, any metal chips, whatnot. Except for mine because I put that brace in there. That's fine. You always use an air blower or something like that, or it will probably eventually vibrate out through the drain hole in the back. So anyways, you do a couple ways you can do it. These actually measured out to 346 thousandths wide on my scribes. If you watched Kevin Tetz today, he'll figure out why I said that. But they're actually vernier calipers. No, they are not scribes. I use them as such because I'm cheap. This was 30 bucks 15 years ago. It's not a $250 Matoya or a Starrett. That's why I use it the way I use it. Good stuff, don't abuse. Cheap stuff, you break it, go buy a new one. Plus also, I'm missing the battery cover on it. I have expensive stuff in the drawer that I don't really use a whole lot, maybe for building an engine. They stay there, they're fine. So anyways, measured it out. It comes out to, like I said, 346 thousandths, which is not actually a drill size that I have at the moment. I have a round it. Put it down here for a second. Man, my moves. So measure it here on an knurling. There you go. Yep. See here. Yeah, there we go. 346 thousandths. If you were to do a letter drill, it would be a letter R drill. It's 339. I forget what the next size is after that off the top of my head. But I do have a step bit that goes up to it says here, I gotta do the math, 11/32. Oh, I'm an idiot and I can't do it off the top of my head. I think it gets it pretty close. But if not, I do have a 359 drill bit that's slightly bigger, not a big deal. So that was 11/32 divided by 11. Let's figure it out. That's why we had calculators. Remember back in grade school, you'll never have a calculator on you. I don't know, shit, 11 divided by 32 is 343. So 346, get the little wally thing, a little extra, and it'll work. So let's go and drill those holes to that and see you guys with a quick little time lapse. And because that'll take a matter of minutes to do. All right. so let's see how this looks. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna use 1/4 screw, and we're gonna just lightly thread this guy on here, like this, and then place it in. That way I get some paint on there. I don't feel like mixing up a whole batch of epoxy, or any kind of epoxy. So this Eastwood's internal frame coating, that works pretty well. Bare steel and stuff. And I just kind of put a little bit of paint on there. You can use epoxy. You can use a 2-part epoxy, like a panel bond. That works. Your 5-minute epoxy, JB Weld works, whatever. Something to give you a little bit of corrosion protection. But I'm just gonna spray some on the cap here. And use my little chip brush. Take it for like $3 at Harbor Freight. And we're just gonna brush them here. Put some down the hole. Put that guy in there. Like you can totally see what I'm doing right now. See? All right, how about we just tuck it in here real quick. All right, so what I'm doing is taking this guy, 1 or 2 threads, brushing some paint on it. Put some paint, dabbing some paint down there, because it's a freaking Picasso. I mean, you can wear rubber gloves or something to do this. That works too, but I got some pretty good cleaner here. 1, 2, paint, brush her on. And I'll leave the last one for, show you something different. That guy there, and the way this works is, we'll get this guy. You can do it 1 of 2 ways. One, you can put it in the hole. There you go. Take it. I mean, get a little bit of force to it. Make sure you're set flat into there. 1. Spin it once, twice more. There we go. So you can deal with this guy. One, a little bit more. Don't go, you have to go too crazy with these guys. Perfect. 1 screw. And the third way we could do is, just bring it a little higher, you can see the other side, is you can actually thread it on. Yeah, should have paint on there. Yep. And I still got to do some cavity wax up in here, up in the rockers. Put her in. 1. Put more. 2. Cool. That's done. And then finally the last one. Spin you around. Cool. Pretty simple. Alright, so one of the problems I have is, you can see here, the hole there, 1/4 inch bolt, don't fit. And this is actually 244 wide, I think I measured 244.5. Measured it, and this hole was only supposed to be meant for an 1/8 of an inch. Typically, you're supposed to use an ST bit. I know everyone knows them as standard twists, but at work we know them as it's a carbide cutter that has 4 flutes in it, so it actually doesn't peel away the metal or peel away the carbon. It's actually the wrong way to drill carbon. What this stuff does has a fine tip, has a point to it, and it fades into the major diameter and actually shaves away the layers coming off the side, where the metal part is just peeling, peeling through the layers. If you know how carbon's built, it's built on layers. It's not really a good thing. But unfortunately, I don't have that stuff here. So, YOLO. Let's try it and see how well it works. I mean, what the hell? These are only a couple $100. Let's ruin it. So anyways, let's go and drill it real quick. Oh wow, look, that worked. Bolt goes through. Try it again. Perfect. Load up again. Start off. I know, if I was at work in the real world, I'm supposed to be wearing a mask and gloves drilling carbon. Let's try this guy. Actually, been a while. There you go. Cool. Alright, let me find my bag of tricks for the fasteners and see how well we did. Alright, let's show one getting installed here. I had to wall the hole out a little bit because they were slightly off-centered. It's not a big deal. So these are washers that come with it. They stick up ever so slightly. I doubt they'll hit the door. Haven't measured yet. Haven't looked. Let's find out. So anyways, take that in. Drop it in. Get started. And go crazy with torque. And just for decoration, being pretty. Eventually the carpet will come underneath of here, and probably real chins down on that, and it calls it probably a heck of a time installing it, but that's good, it's fine. And we can work with it. And the last one back here in the corner. Alright, that's what that looks like. Snazzy. Ain't going anywhere, little trick, something different, covers up. Worst case, if that's actually a little too high, I got some flat washers, or they have like little wavy washers that I can get at work. I mean, I can order off of Amazon to have to put here. Alright, let's take a look, see if the door shuts real quick. Yeah, let's see how well that works. Is it clear? Oh yeah, I got plenty of room underneath here. Got a good fingertip. Cool. And let's see what it looks like from up top, installed. There you go. Cool. Alright, that's it for that. That's pretty simple. Alright, I've been wanting to do that for a while now. Like 2 years. I bought these door sills like 2 years ago on a sale Anvil had going on for the 4th of July sale. So yeah, I know it's been a while. They said dogs, cats, take my time, work every weekend, and then normal outside cleaning up yard. I'm the only guy. I don't pay anybody to do anything because I'm cheap, which is fine and allows me to play with GTO, Cadillac, and this. And also upgrade the house whenever I feel like it. Thanks to the people that came over from Paint Education today. Appreciate it. Thanks for Kevin for the nice call out. He's somebody I've looked up to for since I first heard about him back when he was on Stacy David had trucks and he did Copperhead. Anyways, that was what, 2003 I think it was. Yeah, 2003. A couple years later, I had a 1988 Camaro convertible that I painted same color as Copperhead because I absolutely love the color, and I still love the color, and I would paint this car that color also, but my wife said no, which is fine. Also, I'm a big fan of not going back on colors that I've already done. But yep, thanks Kev, appreciate it. All right, thanks for the people who come over. Thank you. Keep on watching. Maybe I'll keep this up a little bit more now that I got the garage kind of organized and starting to get some free time again. All right, thanks. See you next time.